Welcome all in our reading class. I have reading passage 1 from test 1 from Cambridge Book 18 and its name is Urban Farming. Before starting, I will let you know about myself. My name is Kulvinder Singh and I scored 7.5 overall band score and my reading score is 8, so you can copy my method and use in your examination and can achieve a band score. Okay, let's start. First, you have to read carefully each and every instructions given in the Ielts reading. Let's see what is written in questions 1 to 3. Choose no more than two words and or a number. It means we are allowed to only two numbers and a one number, or we can write two words or one number. We can choose both two words and one number. Also, we can write one word, but we cannot write three words. Okay, let's move to its fill-ups, and these are considered very easier. First question is vertical tubes are used to grow strawberries, fill up and help herbs. We have to find second item which is missing in here, so let's mark our keywords that are strawberries, herbs or vertical tubes. Let's find in the passage using skin and scamming method vertical tubes. Let's see if we can find it in. Okay, we start reading from the first line of the passage. On top of striking new exhibitions hall, southern Paris rooftop started beer fruit respondingly red sprout abundantly from large plastic tube peer inside from identical vertical tubes. Let's okay, we have found a vertical tube, so our answer would be here. Tubes nearby burst row upon row of lettuce. Near those are aromatic herbs, and we find herbs as well as we find something else, lettuce, but we haven't found strawberry. Let's go back to the previous line, that is start for reading from peer inside, and you can see tubes are completely hollow, the roots of dozens of strawberry plants dangling down inside them, so it means our answer would be lettuce, because we have found three items: strawberry, lettuce and herbs. So we find our one answer and we fill it in. We are allowed only two words, but our answer is one word, so we can write it here and we can move to another question. Okay, there will be eventually a daily harvest of as much as dash in way of fruit and vegetables. Let's see, we have to find something quantity in way of fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are our keywords. Let's find if we can find. I am scanning the passage. Okay, I found it in seventh line. I found seventh line in the second paragraph. 100,000 kilogram of perhaps 35 different varieties of fruits and vegetables. Let's read full line. When the remaining two-thirds of the vast open area are in production, 20 staff will harvest up to 1,000 kilogram of perhaps 35 different varieties. Means varieties every day. Every day means daily. So they will harvest is exactly as written in the passage as well as in the question. So our answer would be 1,000, because 1,000 is given in the passage. 1,000 of perhaps 35 different varieties of fruit. As much as means 1,000 in weight of fruits and vegetable. Weight is written is in kilogram. So 1,000 is our answer. Let's move to third. It may be possible that the farm's produce will account for as much as 10% of the city's dash overall. Means city has something that is equal to 10% of the farm's produce. Let's see in if we can find this answer in this paragraph. Okay, in urban environments, you're working with very significant practical constraints clearly on what you can do and where. But if enough unused space can be developed like this, There is no reason why you shouldn't eventually target maybe between 5 and 10% of consumption. We have found 10%, but we have also given a 5% additional. So we are given a limit between 5% and 10% of consumption. So it will be as much of 10% of dash the city's dash overall dash. What is, we can conclude from that line that it is consumption. So 10% of consumption means 10% of city's consumption overall. So our answer would be consumption, and we mark it here and we move to another questions. And that is, our next questions are fill ups, but they are of different types. Okay, we are now allowed only one words. We cannot write two words. Okay, so let's see. Intensive farming versus aeroponic urban farmings. We have found two keywords: intensive farming, aerophatic farmings. Let's see. Okay, intensive farming, growth, wide range of dash use. Something is used in intensive farming. Let's find in the passage. Perhaps more subsequently, however, this is a real life work. Hard is flourishing urban agriculture company which is currently fielding inquiries from around the world and build and equip a new breed of soil-free inner city farm. The method's advantages are many, he says. First, I don't much like the fact that most of the fruits and vegetables we eat have been treated with something like 17 different pesticides, or that intensive farming techniques that produce them are huge generators of greenhouse gases. Okay, I think we have found our answers. So he's saying that first, I don't like much the fact most of the fruit and vegetables we eat being treated with something like 17 different pesticides. 17 like a more like a wide range, you know. So our answer would be pesticides here. Okay, and in the next line we can see that it pollutes environment. So in our fill-ups they have given technique pollute air. So we it is our correct answer. I am 100% sure that this is our answer. Okay, let's see the quality not good. Variety of foods and vegetables chosen that survive long dash. I don't like much the fact that either that they have traveled an average of 2000 refrigerated kilometers to my plate, that their quality is so poor because the varieties are selected for their capacity to withstand such substantial journeys. So let's see that varieties of fruits and vegetables chosen that can survive dash long. Long means here is substantial. Withstand means withstand means survive karna something. Substantial means very long. So our answer would be journeys. They are selected for their capacity to withstand with such substantial journeys. So our answer is journeys. Sale dash receive very little of overall income. Who receives very little income? We have to find the person, company, or anything. Okay, let's see that. Or that 80% of the price I pay goes to wholesaler and transport companies, not the producers. Means 80% are given to wholesaler or transport companies, but little is given gone to the producers, not the producer. Producers are not getting 80%, so they are getting very little. In other words, we can say, you know, and our answer would be producers. Aeroponic urban planning is not no soil used. No soil is used. Nutrients added to water, which is recycled. Produce chosen because of its produce is used, and harvest is used because of its dash. What quality it has, so that it is chosen. Let's find it in our passes. Produce grown using the soil method, on the other hand, which relies solely on a small quantity of water enriched with organic nutrients pumped around a closed circuit of pipes, towers, and trays, is produced up here and sold locally, just down there. It barely travels at all, Hardy says. So as you can select crop varieties for their flavor, not the resistance to their transport. And okay, select varieties for their flavor. Let's increase their decision because of dish dash. and pick them when they are really at their best and not no soil is exhausted and the water gently showers the plant's roots every 12 minutes is recycled so the mats use 90% less water than the classic intensive form for the same yield. Mm. And just down there it barely travels at all hardly says you can select crop varieties for their flavor. Okay, so it is flavor. I think flavor is our answer because you can select crop varieties for their flavor. Okay, choosing produce because of I cannot find anything that can be fit here. Not their resistance because it is denying the resistance to transport and storage chain, so that cannot be our answers. Okay, I think we have finished fill-ups. Now we have found more difficult question types, that is true false. We have only 1 2 3 4 5 6 and we have left only 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, we have 10 minutes, but we will try to quickly solve them. Urban farming can take place above or below ground. Let's see if we can find this. Urban farming is not, of course, a new phenomenon. Intercity are booming from Shanghai to Detroit and Tokyo to Bangkok. Strawberries are being grown in just used shipping containers. I mean, it can be done over above the ground. है ना? Mushrooms in underground carpets means it can be grown in underground. So our answer would be true because it is clearly saying that it can take place above or below. But they are okay. Let's mark it answer and move to another answer. Some of the equipment used in aerobic farming can be made by hand. The equipment weighs little, can be installed on almost any flat surface and jeeps to buy roughly 100 pound to 150 pound per square meter. It is cheap to run to consuming a tiny fraction of the electricity used by some techniques. Okay, so I think I have never they have never mentioned anything made by hand, so this would be our not given. If you are not sure about that, leave it and we will come back to it and solve it. Okay, let's move to next. Urban farming relies more on electricity than other types of farming. Let's see that I have read something related to this in this paragraph. Let's see, it's cheap to run, consuming a tiny fraction of the electricity used by some techniques. Means he was saying about aeroponic or urban farming. So this would be false because it consumes tiny, but here it is more, so it would be false. Fruits and vegetables grown on and carbon farming are cheaper than traditionally grown organic produce. Let's see, produce grown this way typically sells at prices that are lower than soil based organic covers. So clearly written here is that it is true, they are cheaper, so this would be our true. Most produce can be grown on aerobic urban farm at any time of the year. And 12 true false. Let's see it is true or not. Let's start from the where we have left. Soil based organic growers. Okay, there are limits to what farmers can grow this way, of course, and much of the produce is suited to the summer months. Okay, clearly he mentioned that it is only limited to summer months. So this is not a true. This is absolutely false because it can be only grown to a summer months, not at any time of the year. Beans take longer to grow on urban farm than vegetables. 13 questions. Okay, root vegetables we cannot do, at least not yet. He says radishes are okay, but carrots, potatoes, that king of the thing, the roots are simply too long. Fruits, trees are obviously not an option, and beans tend to take up a lot of space for not much return. So they are saying that they can take take more space, lot of space. Nevertheless, urban farming of the kind being practiced in Paris, okay, they have mentioned clearly that means take only a lot of space, but they never mentioned that they take longer. So this would be our not given. I hope you have understood what I am trying to teach you. Okay, we will come back in the next class. I hope I have finished this reading in a 15 minutes, so that's very good length. So I have left 5 minutes extra for the passage third. That would be very difficult. Okay, let's see. If you have any questions, you can leave in the comments section and subscribe to my channel. And you can request for any class. So I would appreciate that effort if you made that. So bye bye.